What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I have the honor to let you guys know this is Stumped for Answers, episode 17. We have our very good friend and esteemed guest here, Mr. Atif Gill, as we call him AG from the DMV area. AG, welcome back to the show. We love having you here.
Glad to be back, boys. A lot has happened since the last time I've been on. Um, I've been following you guys. Congratulations, episode 17, right? You guys have been doing some good work. I've
Yes,
been
thank
following
you, thank you.
along. Lots been going on in Pakistan cricket, international cricket. So a lot to catch up on.
And my co-host Vase, love the mustache. I see you got a fresh cut. What's going on, brother?
Nothing much, man. I'm just happy that freaking won, man. I'm freaking good, boys. Let's get right into
Uh,
it, Jay. I know you
yeah,
got a
I
lot to
mean,
say, AG as well.
so Vasa, you and I sat here 9 days ago previewing the Tri Series with UAE and Afghanistan, and we gave our predictions. I sat in this exact chair and said Pakistan was going to win the series, win the Tri Series, and you sat there in that chair saying that Afghanistan was going to take it all. Today we had the final, and we saw Pakistan bring it home. So congratulations to Salman Ali Agha and the boys for
He
uh,
has the name drop Salman this say.
a
Congratulations to
It
hard
him.
hurts him
fought
so much when you say that.
series and win. Afghanistan put up a good fight. I mean, challenging. I think it was a good challenge, good warm up before the actual Asia Cup. So I'm excited for this team and let's get into the final. What do you guys think today? What went right for Pakistan and what went wrong? And I know we were all kind of freaking out a little bit during the batting. I mean, I was a little bit uh worried when Pakistan were like 72 for 5, trying to rebuild that. But I was watching it, and as we saw the conditions in Sharjah, it's not easy to bat. So
All of a
140,
sudden, fam.
150,
All of a sudden,
150, I
fam.
think on this track was a winning total. What are your guys' thoughts? Like, did Pakistan do well with the conditions? Like, were they short on the batting side, or what happened?
Yeah, let me just make one quick comment, AG. Is now the discussion comes up of the conditions. Now it's a thing, right? But when we had certain players on the team, you guys never brought up the conditions. It'd be like, oh, against the US, he was 44 off 43. Yes, but it was an extremely tough pitch to bat on. So we saw this again today. It's tough to pitch bat on. So your top three openers today, 68 runs off 72 balls. So I
That's
want to
fine,
highlight that as well.
but Vase, that is fine. But the end results are what matters. We're not talking about numbers here. We're talking about W's and L's. We are taking even when we're not even in these conditions where we scored 140, we ended up winning the game. We didn't lose the game.
No, yeah, I agree. No, I'm
So
with you if you won,
so
but
these numbers, the stats don't matter in wins and
you guys bring
losses.
up the strike rates and the stats, dude. It's not me. That's what you guys have been doing. It's always strike rate, whatever. So I
Dude,
wanted to
we are in this
highlight.
group chat, and every time Salman Ali Agha is batting, you guys mention his strike rate. Doesn't matter what he's doing, you guys bring up his strike rate. Why?
That's what you guys do with certain players too, though. You guys have always been doing that. It's always about the strike rate. But
L-
dude, like every game, the context context matters. So I'm just bringing the strike rate up just because you guys would. But I don't give two shits about the strike rate. They won. But
co-
stats are stats.
Context matters. Yeah, Babar Azam was opening his strike rate while opening in the power play is 117.
Okay, Saib Zada for okay, his strike rate's okay, but the average is complete ass. Saim Ayub, his strike rate's horrendous the past six
I, I,
months,
I
8 months.
I agree with Saim Ayub. He has not been good since he's been back from injury. He had one innings against the UAE, and he played well against the West Indies in that series. So, I mean, he definitely has some things that he needs to improve on, especially I think against spin is where he's lacking a little bit. But I mean, we gave Babur 6 years. Can we give this team at least 6 months? Like, can we not let them grow and develop a little bit? Saibzada Farhan under Babur's leadership was batting at 5 and 6 because Rizwan and Babar Azam didn't want to give up the opening slots. So, like, give him some time. Let him play a little bit. Give these guys some run. Yes, they'll have some lean patches where they are going to score maybe under 23-4 games in a row, but give them a little bit of run and let them go. Like Rizvan and Babar opened for almost what 5-6 years, AG in T20s.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long time, and the one knock, I mean, we always knock the strike rate. The averages were great. Nothing wrong with the averages. It was just that, in modern day T20, if you're not making use of the power play, and you're not accelerating after the power play, and said, like, for instance, a perfect example, I was having this argument earlier. There's a Caribbean Premier League game going on right now. Rizwan opened.
Mm-hmm.
The team kind of collapsed around him, but he scored 85 off like 62 balls, right? Strike rate was somewhere in like the 120s, 130s, right? At some point, you have to accelerate as a player, right? It doesn't matter what's happening around you. You have to realize, okay, I'm a set batsman. My team, I need to score for my team, but at the same time, I need to put up a total, right, that is defendable. Like, there's no way when we watched the game today that we said, hey, 140 should be defendable. We never went into the game thinking that. It just happened that, as wickets kept falling, we kept kind of encouraging ourselves and saying, okay, let's get to 130, let's get to 140, let's get to 150. But that was never the outlook when we opened the batting. If we said, hey, we're only going to score 140 today, I think 99% of us would have thought that we were going to lose this game, right? And the thing is like Zed said, like, these are growing pains, right? You guys got to give these guys a little bit of time. They've also been playing a lot of cricket on a lot of different pitches, a lot of different conditions, like one game after the other. This usually doesn't happen, right? This is a run up to the Asia Cup where you have they played Bangladesh. Right after that, they flew to the U.S. and the Caribbean. They played the West Indies. Then they flew to Dubai. Now they're playing two different teams, different pitches and everything. So it's a lot, right? Usually we have like tours. Guys will go. It'll be like a 4-game, 5-game series, T20 series or one-day series, and it's like they'll be there for like a month. Right, so they have time to settle in, get used to the conditions. They'll get a chance to practice on the conditions, right? So it's been a lot in a very short amount of time. They have done very well for having very low expectations. I mean, if you were to ask me before the series started, I would have told you, yeah, maybe Afghanistan is the favorite because they've been playing together for so long as a team, right?
The
They're very,
second best team in Asia.
yeah, sure, okay,
Ah,
but yeah,
fuck that shit. That's all I gotta say.
but they're a
Fuck
team,
that
right?
shit.
They're
This
a
ain't a
team.
kid-friendly podcast. Fuck Rashid Khan. That's all I gotta say.
No, man, the guy's extremely talented,
He's
right?
a
He's a
beast,
great.
man. Come on.
He's a horrible sportsman, in my opinion. He's a sore
Oh yeah, yeah.
loser.
I'm there with you 100% on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just a part of the game, right? I mean, that's just
I
how.
mean, part of it, like, dude, like, they, like, these Afghanis, the way they play against Pakistan, it's their freaking World Cup final.
Yeah,
Why aren't you guys playing that hard against India? Because they
India.
sponsor and you guys play in IPL? Motherfuckers shaking their hands, doing all that shit. Play that hard
And
against India.
they're doing the
Why
dance
not?
too after the game there. You saw
Yeah, Rashid Khan today after he lost, he didn't want to come up for the post match. Like Bazid Khan's like, Rashid Khan, can you please come up? Rashid Khan
Oh, he didn't want to. Oh, I
came
didn't
up
see
like
that.
2 minutes later. So like he's a sore loser, and I just don't like this Afghani team the way they like oh I hate move man my cat and the way that these guys are like going so hard against like basically a country that developed your cricketing nation. All these guys that are the old timers that set up Afghanistan cricket are the guys, the Nabi, these guys played all first class in Pakistan.
Rashid Khan, yeah.
And what I AG, you brought a good point about Rizwan batting in the CPL today.
they just
Like the
scored.
way
Just check the score. Now, all my phone is blowing up because it was a captain's knock. He scored
okay,
like
yeah, but
145 is like not a total that should like
yeah,
anywhere in
but
the world that should not be
the
changed.
way what I like about this team right now is nobody is hogging up like 60 balls in a T20 innings. Everyone is playing around 20 to 30 balls. Even today,
Yeah.
Aga, yes, he played 27 balls. That was the maximum amount of delivery someone played. So like didn't take up 50, 60 balls in innings. That you're taking up half of the innings, and if you're scoring like 80 off 60, I don't think it's a good innings in T20 standards. I think half of the times you're gonna lose if you're taking up half of the balls in an innings. Like you have guys that are coming in like Fahim, 15 runs off 8 balls. You had Hassan Nawaz today too, 15 off of 8. Nawaz 25 off 20. Like these are match winning like cameos in T20s. I think you got to go I think taking up that amount of balls in 20 overs is detrimental to the team. What do you guys think about that?
No, actually, bro, you actually bring up like a very good point. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, you're completely right with that. I mean, so Salman Aliaga at one point he was like 11 runs off 25 balls, or sorry, 24 balls, and I was looking
Yes.
at the strike. I was doing strike rate's like 45. But
Hmm.
what he did then was he hits a six.
He hits another six.
Well, it was a 6.6. Six dot.
Yeah.
He defended, then he hit a six again. Okay, then the next shot he played again, he tried hitting a six. So I mean, honestly, you are right with that. At least he had the option to play 40 to 50 balls if he wanted to. He could have ended the game, played all 20 overs from that standpoint. But he did show grit, at least in my opinion, where he did hit those two sixes in that over. And then after he got out, I think Fahim came in after him.
Yeah, Fahim. Yeah, he hit
Fahim,
a
and then
four
he
on the
had, he,
first ball.
he had 15 off 8.
Um,
But look, man,
But
I mean, I don't want to get too nitpicky with the stats, but every time I was on X or talking to people, I swear these things that Salman Aliaga, it'd be a different player. He'd be like, oh yeah, he'd end up scoring, whatever, 80 off like 45 or something, and then the whole discussion would be, yeah, but the first, 30 balls, he only scored 18 runs. Okay, which is true, but you build the innings up, which a lot of
listen,
players
I
do.
never had any issues with Babur's strike rate when they're winning. If you win and if Babar Azam scored a 60 runs off 50 balls and Pakistan won, I don't care about the strike rate. A win's a win. Only time we talked about strike rate and intent was when Pakistan was losing. And in the last year and a half to 2 years, Pakistan's been losing a lot, let's be honest. Under Babar, under Rizwan, they've lost a lot. Now under this new regime, I mean, we've had the series win against Bangladesh. We've had the series win against West Indies in the U.S. We've had the series win, this tri-series win now. So like that's three series that we've had in the bag. A- and yeah, yet they're not with amazing opposition. But I mean, a win's a win right now with the current state of Pakistan cricket that it was in maybe 6, 7 months ago after that Champions Trophy. I think we'll take this. Like we were at rock bottom.
Yeah, I mean, we needed the moral victories, right? And it's not that
Yeah.
we can't go and play some of these big guys. It's just that situationally we're getting ready for the Asia Cup, right? So series wins are huge, right? These guys are, and it's good because you got to build these guys up also, these young guys, to get to that level where they can play against the Englands and the Australias and the Indias, right? And you got to give them that motivation, you got to give them that confidence, right? I mean, today was still very shaky. These guys are still working through their issues. I don't think I still don't think the batting lineup is really set. Like I like who we have, but Siam is still struggling. Horace, I mean, I don't. At this point, you got to maybe cut ties with that guy. I know he's a wicket keeper, but I know Sabzada Farhan can keep as well. So
Yeah, so I'll say one thing about Haris. So he is batting out of position. We know that. So Salman Ali Agas did say something about him in the press conference after they won. He
mhm.
is sacrificing for the team. He was batting at three before. He was the man of the series in that Bangladesh series where they swept Bangladesh. And to his credit, yes, he's been in horrible form with the bat. He cannot play spin at all. I
Mm-mm.
think he might be the worst player of spin in the team, but he is
That's only
Pakistan's
because
probably best choice keeper
Babur's
right now.
usually it's Babur that looks foolish.
I
Wasim,
like
why are
that,
you not
AG.
smiling right now? 'Cause
But
you
he
know that
did.
it's true. You know that Babur struggles till this day against spin.
Oh, for sure against spin, bro. I mean, yeah, you're 100%. I was gonna bring
But
this up.
Harris did have a really good catch behind the stumps, and he had a really good stumping too. So I think he is keeping well.
He's
So
the
I
best
think,
keeper we have. I mean,
yeah,
there's no
I
doubt.
think if we
He's
have
so quick behind the
Farhan keeping, we'll definitely have some drop catches, maybe some missed stumping. So that's where we might have to keep Harrison, and depending on the batting order and the conditions, you never know. Maybe in the Asia Cup they'll float him up, maybe send him 3, 4. He'll have maybe a knock here or there to help us win games. So Pakistan basically bats first, makes 142. Afghanistan comes out to bat, and Then I think a lot of credit needs to be given to Shaheen. Ever since his comeback, he's been solid. I'll give him that. Definitely been Pakistan's best pacer in all conditions. And today he set the tone well at the top, grabbing a wicket in his first over, his specialty, getting Gurbaz out, caught in slip. And then from there, it was the Muhammad Nawaz show. Man, I remember in our preview show, bro. Can
Oh my
dude,
god.
you say like keep Babar Azam out of the podcast, right? But man, you bring him up every single
Sorry,
moment.
sorry.
So Nawaz, he's made a comeback, man, and today we saw with the ball, he bowled extremely well, and with the conditions, the track was spinning. I'm glad Pakistan played both Sufyan and Abrar. Um, so yeah, Mohammad Nawaz becomes the third Pakistani bowler to take a hat trick. Comes in and at one point his figures were 4 wickets for 1 run. So
Yeah.
props to him. He's been really impressive with the bat and the ball actually. So he won Man of the Series. He had 10 wickets in 5 games at an average of um almost 11.7, and then he had 120 runs with an average of 30 with 133 strike rate. So props to Nawaz making a solid comeback. I think he's going to be a crucial part in this Asia Cup. Any other takeaways, boys? What needs to improve with Pakistan, batting wise, bowling wise? Any tinkering with the lineup for the future?
I can just give my 2 cents. I thought you hit it right on the dot with the boy Mo Navaz, nicknamed match winner by you know who. I mean, he came in the entire series with the ball in the back. Honestly, salute to him, dude, because where he came from 2 3 years ago, all the hate, whatever, to where he is now, he's finally getting the recognition he deserves. Shout out to the captain as well. Honestly, have to give him his kudos too. I think he's doing a fantastic job. In terms of Mohamed Haris, dude, I think he should be out for the Asia Cup. I think we should, honestly, I mean, I think we spoke about it previous 2 episodes. We're talking about, in T20, the wicket keeping isn't as important as it is in ODI test, obviously. I don't know what the hell he does, dude. He's been, I think the last like 10 T20 matches or 9 or something, dude. His like highest score is like 6. So I think that's a big problem. I think we should be playing 2 full-time spinners. I'm super glad finally, bro. Shout out to our head coach, Mike, because it takes it takes some guts, bro, honestly speaking. Because India, they do this. We spoke about this, right? Asia Cup, their premier fast bowlers, like, look, we're gonna sit you, we're gonna go spin heavy. If you respect the coach, okay, great. You know who's good for the team. This guy sat Haris Rauf epic. Okay, this is the final, right? So it's a high pressure match. To be honest, it is Afghanistan, Pakistan. Sits Haris Rose brings in 2 4-time spinners, Sufyan Mukin, who I love, AZ doesn't really love, and the boy Abrar Ahmed. So just that, bro, just that outlook. You're reading the condition. You're saying, look, you're one of our premier fast bowlers in the entire country, but we're gonna sit you, and for this specific game, here's what we need, and here's how we're gonna execute it, and that's what they did. So shout out to the goddamn forward approach thinking. This is a new era, to be honest.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I agree today was the right call, but every game we have to assess the conditions, right? And the
100%. Yeah.
opposition. You can't play Abrar and Sufyan all the time. On some days you might need Haris. Some days you have Wasim Jr. too. I mean, they need to try him out in the game against Oman next week. Like they just have him on the bench sitting there, and then they're gonna drop him in the next time a series like a squad gets announced. So like they should give some chance. I think Haris Rof in UA conditions or Asian conditions is always hit or miss. He either bowls amazing or
It's not.
he gets hit for like 12 runs and over, 4 overs 48, 4 overs 50. So he needs to find some consistency with his bowling line length. Sometimes he bowls all slower deliveries, sometimes he bowls only bouncers. It's like, dude, you're experienced now. You can't be doing this shit. Like like someone needs to tell him like, bro, bowl Yorkers, bowl. I think these Pakistani bowlers, like in the death overs, like they forgot how to bowl Yorkers. You had guys like Wasim Akram, Waqar Yunus, Shoaib Akhtar, Omar Gul, the T20, the Yorker King. Like, take a note out of their book and start bowling like. Sometimes they bowl too many off-pace deliveries. That pisses me off. But that's a case. That's a topic for later. But Pakistan starts the Asia Cup. Basically, we're going right into it. I think the first Asia Cup match is next
On
is in
Wednesday.
like 2 days,
Yeah, Wednesday.
on Tuesday. I think it's Hong Kong and Oman or something like that. And that's Vase's favorite team, Oman. And then Pakistan plays Oman on Friday. So Vase, we're still on for that bet, right? Like Pakistan, if Pakistan loses to Oman, that or no Nepal, that I owe you
Yeah.
$100.
UAE was a good match. I told you guys, watch out for my boy Asif Khan.
Mhm.
He didn't do so great, AG, but that's one thing to look
N-
out for. It's
But
not
I
bad.
think there's one thing we could take away from this series, though. Pakistan dealt with a lot of adversity. Like I thought the games would be easier, but even against UAE, that last match, they were like what 80 for 5, and then fuckers Haman and Nawaz like took them to like 160, like a respectable total. So like, I think we're seeing some more fight. The batting definitely needs to improve. I agree with AG. Syme hasn't been there. Sahibzada Farhan's gotten starts, but then he's like kind of thrown away his wicket. Same thing with Fakhr Zaman. I think he's got to start in almost every game and kind of thrown away his wicket. But give credit to, I think, the Afghanistan spinners. Noor Ahmed, I think, is world class. Rashid Khan, obviously world class. Like Mujib, Nabi, these guys, they've beaten full strength Australia. They've beaten full strength England in World Cups before. So we shouldn't. No one should say that Afghanistan is a minnow anymore. So our guys struggling against world class spinners, I don't think is is a problem. But one thing I'll talk about that we were talking about, I was talking with my dad, is Sufyan Mukim is a left arm like Chinaman or unorthodox bowler. Are these guys not in the nets like telling Sufyan Mukim like, bro, bowl me 10 overs so I know like how to pick you? Because they were struggling with Nuram. Like nobody could read him. Like, why are they not doing that?
Wasn't Noor Ahmed coming around the wicket a lot?
He was switching it up.
He was switching it up, right? I think
Rashid Khan was too, but like still, you have the same type of bowler in your team. He might not be as good. Sufyan
yeah.
Mukim might not be as good, but still, like they're not picking his hand. Like at this level, you're a professional. You should be able to kind of pick the hand and know which way the ball is spinning. Like a lot of these guys are clueless, including Salman Ali Agha. Sometimes he's one of the better players of spin. He was not picking the spin. Saim Ayub, you saw, wasn't picking the spin. Fakhr Zaman wasn't. So I mean, that's a little concerning because against India, they're gonna go spin heavy. They have Chakravarti, they have Akshar Patel, they have Kuldeep Yadav, and Pakistan's always struggled against him. So I mean, it's something of concern.
Go to that
Okay,
point. And I just thought about this. I had a buddy last year who was in Dallas when Pakistan was here for the World Cup,
sure.
who attended the net session, their first net session that they had in Dallas. And he
Hmm.
told me, he said, these guys didn't care who was bowling
Yeah.
what was out there. They were just looking to hit the ball, right? So they weren't reading the arm, like they're just going for it, right? And I think these guys have played so, like if you talk about the Fakhr Zamans of the world, he specifically mentioned Fakhr. He said Fakhr was hitting the ball so hard it was like echoing throughout the facility, right? And that was his only like thing that he was looking to do was just hit the ball, right? So when it comes to these net sessions, I think they are just trying to get their eyes set because at some point, right, you're just used to playing your regular shots, right? That's what they're looking
Hmm.
for, right? And I feel like a lot of these guys, because they don't face the quality of bowling, like say for instance, right? A lot of these other guys outside in the world, they play IPO, right? So they get to see everything on all sorts of different conditions, like world class bowlers throughout the entire tournament. Our guys, right? Unless we're on a tour, none of our guys play IPO, right? Very few play CPL or Big Bash or the 100, right? So it's like their exposure to boulders outside is very limited, right? So when it comes to like reading the hand. I'm sure they can knock their own bowlers around, right? But when it comes to like
Yeah,
reading the hand, like Noor Ahmed's a quality bowler, right?
he is. He
So
is.
and he has variation. So it's like when it comes to actually reading it and all that stuff, I don't think it's there, right? I just don't think that sort of thing. I think they're just so used to some things sometimes are predetermined. Like, okay, this guy, he's a leggy, right? He's gonna bowl like this. This guy's off break spinner, he's gonna bowl like this. The ball's gonna come here. Sometimes they don't judge the ball. I mean, perfect example. I've talked about this. I mentioned earlier is Babar, right? Babar, with all the experience in the world, still till this day struggles against spin, right? And a guy that's played so much cricket, you should be able to read the ball coming out of the bowler's hand. You should know what's coming. And it's like sometimes it's like if you saw the charity match, he got bowled out by Sage Ujmal, who's like 90 years old, right? And it's like Saint Ujmal,
How does it
world
happen?
class, quality bowler,
Yeah.
right? But the guy's like 100, bro. Like you should be able to knock him around or play him out. Like he got bowled clean by Saint Ujmal. So it's like I just think our guys are so fixated on the shots that they play, and they don't take the time to, and it comes down to proper coaching, right? And I think right now they have a proper coach. Like Wasi said earlier, Mike Hesson's making the right decisions. I think they're, developing them very well. Like even today, when Hassan Nawaz got out, right? You saw that he hit a six, then he swung at the next ball, and I think it went over covers, and then like the third ball he got out. To me, that was if you ask me, that's a directive from the coaching staff to say, look, man, Salman is holding it down on one end, and this has always been my gripe when we talk about the whole Babar situation, where it's like you're anchoring the innings, right? When Babar was anchoring the innings, it was like they were content playing singles and doubles till like 15, 16 overs, right? And then it was like, okay, now we need to score. At the 10th over, 12th over, when Saman was there, the directive came, I think it was during the drinks break, after
It
drinks
was
break.
the drinks break. Yeah,
Drink
it
break,
was the over right after the drinks break.
yeah,
The
It's a
message
Nawaz was
was
swing.
sitting on
sent. Yeah,
swinging.
you have to go for it.
You
Yeah.
got to go for it, right? It's like, hey, and the hope is if we can get some quick runs, right? 1 or 2 overs where we get 15, 20 runs and over, great. We can accelerate from there, right? And then Salman can still be the anchor. He can still work the ball around and wait for the other end to kind of go for it, right? We never had that in our previous era where it was like we had 2 guys who were just content dragging the game out to the 15th, 16th, 17th over. And then it was like, okay, now we can go for it.
Yeah, that was a great point, and it was like a counterattack. They basically said like, "Yo, Hassan Nawaz, go for it," so we can throw their spinners off of their rhythm, because their spinners got into a rhythm where they're landing the ball in the same spot over and over again, and Pakistan was just kind of just nudging it around, and Afghanistan, like we said, quality spin bowler. So Hassan Nawaz, I think if he stayed around for maybe 2, 3 more overs and hung around and actually hit his shots, I think Pakistan would have got a 160, 170.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the directive was definitely there. Like, I think sometimes he does swing with just like his just head down and just goes for it, right? Doesn't like, and again, doesn't look at where the ball is being pitched. He's just going for it. And I think some guys have that sort of power. Like Fucker has that sort of power. Hassan Nawaz has it, where it's like if they're making contact and it's good contact, no matter where it's going, there's a good chance it'll go over the boundary.
Yeah, but one thing I think we still need to work on as a whole unit is being more, I think, proactive in terms of shot selection. We're still not seeing enough ramps, lap shots, reverse sweeps. I think especially against great spinners, you have to hit those kind of shots. You need the reverses, you need the sweeps. Just because like in T20s you can take like 5, 6 guys out on the boundary. It's hard to hit shots in those like natural like scoring areas. You have to be innovative and and take some kind of risk. And I think we need to do some more. They probably are practicing it, but execute it in game. Like we saw Fahim hit a reverse
He hit a
hit for. So I mean that was nice to see, and I think they need to use their feet more. Some of these guys get out to the bowlers and hit. But in this series, a lot of these guys got out on like short pitch half tracker deliveries too. Syme got out once. I think Fucker Zaman got out. Like I watch a lot of cricket. England, South Africa, Australia, India. You give these guys a half tracker ball, they're hitting it. That ball's going out of the stadium. I've been watching that England South Africa series. There's a guy named Devald Brevis or whatever his name is,
That's
a
the
young
new.
guy, dude. When he hits the ball, like that shit echoes across the stadium, and the ball's like freaking 15 rows back. our guys are hitting the shots, like I don't know if they're not middling it or these CA bats are not good or what's going on because that shit's barely clearing the boundary or they're mishitting it straight to the fielder. Like these like half track short pitch delivery should be dispatched out of the ground and a lot of these Afghani bowlers got wickets on these like short half tracker type deliveries. So I don't know, maybe someone needs to just keep bowling those like short half tracker deliveries.
Oh, is it good if I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay. Who were your guys' top 3 players from the Pakistan side in this tri series?
AG, I'll let you go first.
My top 3 players out of the entire 11, out of whoever played.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, obviously, I don't like this guy, but Mohammad Nawaz, right? He's been performing, right? And it's good to see him performing. Like I think Pakistan has finally figured out that the rest of the world is playing all rounders, and we need to start doing the same. So it's good to see like a proper all rounder. Just wish he could be a little bit more consistent with the bat. I remember he used to bat very well. His bowling was just really part time, and now it's kind of switched where it's like he's becoming a go-to guy to get wickets, and his batting is just okay, right? It's kind of because maybe he's out of practice, you know. So Mohammad Nawaz is one. Hassan Nawaz, right? I would say it's good to see him kind of like, you know, play more balls, score more runs. You know, he's been a little up and down, but after what was it, the New Zealand series where he hit 100 and then like three, you know, ducks, right? Something like that. It's just good to see him like get comfortable now, right? Get comfortable.
Yeah, I think he's in a good spot. The number 5 position really suits him.
Yeah, and I think a big one is to me, and I'll say it, is the captain, right? It's just that it's good that he's in these situations, right? Like 140, we were all kind of like, oh man, like we're gonna have to get really lucky. We're gonna have to get early wickets, like this and that. I think the confidence that he's showing in these guys, the changes that he's making, the bowling lineups that he's had, also like today, like playing only one real pacer, right? Bringing on 2 full-time spinners, right? You know, he knew that, hey man, it could affect the batting line, right? Because after number 8, like Shaheen, he can hit, but it's like it's not PSL, right? It's just like we're playing international cricket.
Bro,
So
he
it's like
barely made contact with the ball today in that one last over that he played.
that's how
So
it's
if
been with
someone
him.
tells me that guy's an all-rounder, like, dude, Naseem Shah is a way better batsman than him. Today, I was like, man, I know Naseem's been out of form with the ball, but man, do we miss him with the bat? Because, you know, he would come in and at least hit 1 or 2 boundaries here or
Yeah.
there.
You know who I was missing
Shah,
was Wasey's favorite, Hassan Ali. I was like, man, you know, at least this guy would have came and smacked a few balls here and there. Like, that's my thing is like, if you're taking that chance, and let's say your team collapses and you're left with like the 7th, 8th, 9th guy, right? Even the 9th guy should be able to like knock the ball around. I think Shaheen just sometimes, and I understand it's situational. Now he's coming in the 18th, 19th over. He just swings blindly, right?
yeah.
I mean, he has long levers, so he's looking to just clear the boundary. But it's like, man, you got to be able to still score runs. Like even if you can give us 8, 10 runs yourself in those last 12, 18 balls, that's huge for a team.
Can I
Yeah,
make
yeah, go
one
ahead,
comment?
Vase.
The
Yeah,
problem
yeah.
with Saheem too is he refuses to take the single sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Like I've seen that
Like,
constantly happen where it's like, bro, just put extra runs on the board.
Yeah.
bro,
He's just swinging.
the thing with Shaheen is everyone knows just ball him a slower ball, dude's clueless.
Yeah.
He'll swing 5 seconds before the ball even arrives. I swear to God, it
Yeah.
happened today with
I think any one of
with
us could bowl him
Fazal Haq
6 slow balls
Faruqi.
and he wouldn't be able to hit it.
All right, my top 3 players. Vase, great question. I appreciate it. Obviously, the man of the series, and I predicted he was going to play a big role. Muhammad
I don't
Nawaz.
even have him playing
And you
11.
know what? Muhammad Nawaz is taking that Imad Wasim type role. He's not the same type of bowler, but he bowls in the power play. He's bowling in the middle, and then he makes some crucial runs with the bat. And I think that's when Pakistan team was at its peak in that 2021, 2022 era, where they had like great fast bowling and then Imad Wasim to dry up the runs in the power play in the middle. I think he was a huge factor for them. So Muhammad Nawaz obviously is my number 1 player. Then I would say Fakhr Zaman. He did have some crucial 25s. He had a good knock in the UAE game. I think that was a big confidence booster for him. And then he did score another 25 today. Um, I think he's just lacking. a little bit of consistency and like grit. Like when he's getting to 20, he needs to convert those 20s to 40s and 50s, and he can. I just think he was struggling a little bit against the spinners like Noor Ahmed, Nabi, Rashid Khan. Every team is not going to have amazing spinners like Afghanistan. So against some good, fast bowling or mediocre spinners, I think he can take those 20s and go to 40s and 50s. And the last guy I would agree with AG is the captain, the heart and soul of the team. Salute to you, Mr. Salman Ali Agha. A hero, honestly, for Pakistan, and shout out to him and Shaheen Shah for donating their earnings to the flood victims in Pakistan. Salute to you guys. But he just took that responsibility, um, dealing with adversity. They lost to Afghanistan in the match before. It was a pretty high pressure game. I think everybody knew that. Like if they lost to Afghanistan today, like everyone would be begging or yelling for Babar and Rizwan to come back to the team, and you know it. You would be the first guy, Vase, to. They were already saying it at
We
innings
heard it in
break.
the first innings. We heard it when
Yeah,
we scored 140. It was like,
yeah, they were like, "Oh man, Babur,
oh,
we missed his anchor role, and we missed this, we missed that." And honestly, that guy Farid Khan, yo, I think that's Vase tweeting from his account. Pakistan's winning. He's like, "Oh, late night thought. Is anybody missing Babar Azam? No, nobody's missing him. This is the new era
Bro, I can ask you a
of
question.
Salman Ali
How
Agha."
do you guys not miss him on the crease?
I don't.
to the miss.
You actually really don't.
I swear I don't, because Rizwan and Babar, to me, they play for numbers, stats. This current team is playing for wins, W's. That's all that matters.
Facts.
And
Okay. Cool.
like, I want results. Last 2 years, we did not get those results. I had no problem with Babar and Rizwan in the 2021, 2022 era. You guys
You're
were
saying
winning.
okay.
You
So as
guys were the
long as
number one team.
forget the performance, as long as the team is winning, you're fine with who's out there. Which is how
Yes,
it's.
100%.
Yeah.
We got the Tri Series trophy. What's to complain? We are the champions of the Tri Series. Come on, baby.
I think what hurts me, I don't know why, because the way you guys talk about like King now is how we used to talk about him up until
Who?
2023.
Who?
You know how I'm referring to.
Who?
Dollar.
King? I just saw
Sorry,
King.
Come on, bro.
Where did Derrick Henry come into this conversation? You said King?
Bobber. Okay, so
Who?
so so, so
Who?
with Bobber, I was the same
Oh,
way with you guys, where ICC tournaments, whatever, he would shit the bed, and I'd be like, bro, this guy's not the best batsman in the world. He's not clutch. Clearly, he's not clutch. He doesn't rise to the occasion, and I would say that. Then my friend, actually AG's best friend, Shabraz, he went off on my life once. I'm not kidding. I mean, this guy sent me DMs this big saying, "How could you? He's a star of Pakistan. He put us on the map. Number one ranked T20
He
batsman.
put us
Have
on the
respect
map?
for." Okay,
That is
you don't.
crazy,
Okay,
bro,
okay,
honestly.
don't. Oh, wait, don't quote me on that. Something along those lines, you know.
Okay.
They're like, all right, whatever. He may have a point. Then 2023 World Cup came around, dude, and just the treatment that he was getting from the media, his texts were getting leaked. I was like, no matter what happens with this guy, I have to have his back now. That would hurt me, Wallah, when his texts were getting leaked, bro.
Yeah, I
That
mean
was
that's a
so
mis that
shameful, bro. That was
that's mishandling by the PCB of your star player. I mean,
yeah.
that's
I
not.
mean, that was like,
But that has nothing to do with cricket. You have to, at the end of the day, when you're the captain and the star player and apparently a generational superstar of the Pakistan team, where are the results? Like, where are the major innings you've played that have led the team to victory? Like, the comparison was there up until 2023 that, oh, Babar Azam is going to have a better career than Virat Kohli. Man, Virat Kohli has won some huge matches for his country, chasing down some insane totals, even against Pakistan. Dude, Babar Azam has won one match against India, and that was like a game that was set up by the bowlers. Like, we all know that. That 152 for no loss, like that game was
man, that
set
brings me
up by the
flashbacks.
bowlers.
What a performance King had that time, man. Can I
Dude,
even?
what a
No, I don't
performance
want to
that
bring it up.
Shaheen
Hey,
had.
sorry, bro. I keep my bad. Throw that
But
crap away.
like
Throw it
I'm
away.
saying is like he has like that clutch factor wasn't there. Like
No,
when
yeah,
I
you're
think
right.
about guys like match winning guys like Inzamam ul Haq, prime, like winning games with tail enders and taking Pakistan over the line against India. Yunus Khan, Misbah Haq, Muhammad Yusuf,
Shai
like
the
these
Freely
guys.
2014
Shahid
Intercom.
Afridi, yeah, honestly, like
Yeah.
that guy was probably a bigger superstar without social media in his prime. Um, Babar Azam just has the best PR team in probably all of cricket after Virat Kohli. So,
Dude, it's
I
actually
mean,
pretty insane because it's true. And like
yeah, which is,
and dude, and they've sucked me in where
I
they've
know.
literally sucked me in. Where I see
Your
tweets and
entire For You page on Twitter is Babar Azam like lovers. I
literally, bro,
blocked
my
those guys,
Instagram
dude.
post, it's like sad videos, like him putting his head down, sad music. I'm like, damn, I feel bad for this guy. We have to make him come back. Okay, but aside from that, who were your guys' two players who failed in your eyes in this Tri-Cities tournament?
Go ahead, AG.
To me, Syme is one. I have very high expectations from him. He's a very talented young guy. I don't know what it is. Ever since he came back from the injury, he hasn't looked comfortable. I think maybe we want to explore moving him to one down, maybe moving Fucker up since they're both lefties, and trying it out, see what happens. Right? Maybe he just doesn't look comfortable at the crease. Right? There's something about him that just doesn't. It's very uncomfortable. Like I want to see him. He's so talented. I want to see him score big, right? And he's the type of guy that can give us a good start, right? A quick 30, 40, 50 off 20, 30 balls, which is what we need, right? And the rest of the team can carry on from there. So seeing him struggle is very disappointing because I feel like he is very talented and he can do what we need him to do in the opening position, but at this point, going into a tournament, like as much as he struggled, I would rather make a switch now and see if he's comfortable at one down. Like I mean, for years, a fucker's been opening for us, right? So we've obviously asked him to come one down now. So I would like to see that switch just to see if Syme is comfortable there, to see if that changes his game any. If it doesn't, we could always bring him back, move fucker back. Try some things. I mean, we're still experimenting, as you saw with today's lineup. So that's number one. Number two would obviously we talked about is Mohamed Haris, right? Like he's sacrificing his spot. He is the best wicketkeeper on the team. He's the quickest, right? I know you guys said that you talked about how a wicketkeeper is not important in T20. I will disagree with you guys there. I will say in T20, every wicket, every run is so crucial because it's such a short format that having a smart, quick keeper and a depth keeper there is very important, right? That's why I understand why they have him on the team. He's just he looks very comfortable behind the stumps. He's very quick, right? And every run, every ball matters in T20, right? Longer formats, you can have a part-time keeper, but I think T20 is very crucial. I would just like to see him perform with the bat, right? And I think it's very tough because he is sacrificing for the team. He is sacrificing his batting position. So we just need to find a role for him. I think if he settles into a role and he starts doing well, it'll build his confidence back up. I think he's just struggling right now mentally with the batting and having to move up and down and coming in various situations. So those are my two disappointments from this series.
AG, good points. I think Syme was one, but one guy, I think Saibzada Farhan, was a little disappointing. He had a couple games with good starts. And then we saw him getting out to Fazil Haq Faruqi twice, bowled. Just like today, he played a really rash shot, and then the last game against Afghanistan, he just stuck on the crease, no foot movement. So I think he has what it takes, especially on these Asian pitches. I think he can be destructive. I know he has that role where they're telling him like go really hard in the first 6 overs, and I think because he's opening with Syme, I think Syme is like taking a little more of the slower approach. I don't like when Syme is doing that. He needs to play his shots. I think he needs to go hard. They have to go hard in the first 6 overs. I think the first 6 overs are the most important. We can't be losing 2, 3 wickets in the first 6 overs and have 20 runs. Like I'm okay losing 2 wickets and having 60 or 70 runs. So go hard in the first 6 overs, play shots over the top, do some improvisation, hit the ramp shots, hit the laps. So I think Saibzada Farhan, he has the power. He can clear the boundary. I think he's probably him and Hassan Nawaz are the best 6 hitters I think on the team right now. So I think he needs to take some of those starts 20s, convert them to 50s, 60s. He has that like In that first game against Pakistan, against Afghanistan, he looked so good. He had like 21 off like 9 balls, and then ball down the leg side, he freaking flicked it straight to the short fine leg fielder and got out. So, he's one, and then it's hard to like pick another guy that struggled. Uh, I'd say Haris Rouf. I think he won one match for Pakistan. Against Afghanistan, the first match where he had that double wicket made, but I think his inconsistency, like you're supposed to be a premier fast bowler, 145 plus. Like he's just wavered. Like you don't know, you don't know what you're gonna get with Haris. Some days he's gonna show up, take 3, 4 wickets. The next day he's gonna come and get hit for like 25 runs in the end, and a match is gonna get close, or you might lose a match because team needs like 40, 50 in the last 2 overs, and he goes for like 25 or something like that. So I think he was a little bit disappointing, and that's why I think they sat him out today. It's like, dude, you never know with him. Like he might be expensive. One thing I want to bring up with both of you guys is Fahim. I understand he's playing well, but like today they didn't use him in bowling. I think he hasn't bowled all 4 overs like in like 2 out of the or 3 out of the 5 matches. So like, can we explore playing an extra batsman like Kushdil or Hussain Talat who's on the bench instead of Fahim, or you would like to keep
No,
Fahim? Because
hell,
like,
there's
dude,
no way in hell.
I think what this team is lacking is a right-handed middle order batsman n- like on the bench, because you have Kushdo who's lefty, and then you have Hossein Talat who's lefty as well. I think, right? Hossein Talat's lefty, or he's a right-handed batsman.
I believe he's a lefty.
I think he's a lefty. But like, I feel like right now there's like 5 or 6 left-handers in the team, so it's like it's like very uncommon that we have that. So I think we like, for future tournaments they should select a middle order batsman who's like a righty, in case if you need that. But overall, I think those are the two guys that I think need to improve a little bit. And then one thing I'd like to bring up is the running between the wickets. That needs to
Sure,
improve,
bro.
like, what the fuck, bro?
Oh,
Like,
you're talking about when they're not obviously they're on the same page. I mean, I saw one. I think it was Muhammad Nawaz. He was like halfway out, and
Yeah,
Fahim didn't feel
Nawaz, Hassan
yeah.
Nawaz, even
What
Salman
happened
Ali
to
Agha got run out
Oh,
in
I'm
one
gonna
of the
run out.
games.
what happened to Fucker
Like,
Booker and Simon today?
yeah, like, dude,
Must
you guys are
communicate.
regularly playing with each other. Like, you guys should trust each other's calls. Like, this is like elementary stuff that needs to be cleaned up before the big match against India. So let's move. Vase, go ahead.
Oh, well, Zayd, I mean, you made good points, bro, but Fahim Rana Ashraf, he needs to play every game in the Asia Cup. I swear. No, his
And I don't have
strike
anything
rate,
against him.
like,
His strike rate is really. Yeah,
like,
I've been really impressed with his batting, actually. Like that one shot that he hit over extra cover today, probably the best shot of the entire match. Against Mohammad Nabi, I think, or who was it? He advanced and hit a shot over extra cover for 6. So I'm fine with Fahim. I was just saying, if there's any
right.
um anyway, maybe they don't play Sufyan Mukim and they play or Abrar and they play an extra batsman like Hossein Talat or Kushtil. He can bowl spin as well. But that's let's move on to the Asia Cup. Like, what are your guys' realistic expectations for this team? I think we'll do a episode before the India Pakistan match, obviously. But what are your realistic expectations going into this? I'll start with you, Vase, because I know you're gonna be lobbying to bring back Babar and Rizwan very soon in that group chat. So, like,
100% I am.
what are
But
your
honestly,
expectations?
yeah. Look, man, you have a freaking distinguished coach who has a, forward approach. He has an actual game plan. I feel like the team now, there's not too much ego. There might be one or two players, but that's what, any team across any sports. Honestly, I'm very excited for this team now. After I watched them in the Tri Series, and dude, those Afghanistan matches are very high pressure. They might not be an ICC tournament, but those are very high pressure matches. We played them 3 times, and Afghanistan's a very good team. And if somebody makes the argument they're the second best team in Asia, then that argument does hold some weight. And at least in my opinion, it does hold some weight, just based off the last 2 or 3 years. So just the fact that last 3 matches against them, we won 2-1, and then today was a low total 140. We bowled them out for like 68 or 69. As much as I hate to say it, inside, like the team's looking good, and I expect them to win the Asia Cup. I actually think they're going to win the Asia Cup. I think that September 14th matchup is a high pressure matchup again, but I feel like more pressure is on the Indian side than it is on the Pakistani side. Based on what's happened the past, 4 or 5 months, I think India has all the pressure. We have a new captain, new team. We're trying things out, but bro, the boys are going to come to play, and we have some quality spinners now, which we've been lacking for 4 years. Abrar Ahmad, the mystery spinner. I used to talk hella crap about him, but he has a mystery, baby. Chal nikal. Then you got, Sufyan Hakim, you got Muhammad Nawaz, you got Saim Ayub, you got Sulman Al Liago who can both spin as well. So you have like 5, 6 options in your playing 11. If you do opt for spin heavy, which are perfectly with conditions, then Pakistan, honestly, I think that they will win the Asia Cup, in my opinion, going to.
To be honest, I don't have any expectations. I am of the mindset that we are going through the growing pains. Asia Cup to me is like you have established teams, right? We're not an established team. It's a lot of youth. It's a lot of guys that we're taking chances on. I just want to see them play well, right? No mental errors, good coaching, sticking to a plan, going with it. Like, for instance, today, right? One of the team's always one of his biggest supporters was Wasim Akram. He came out, he tweeted before when we came into bowl, he's like, why are we playing these part-time spinners on a seaming wicket,
I
right?
saw that. Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh, never mind."
yeah. It's like, to me, like, it goes back to we have the proper coaching now. We have the guys that are making the right decisions. They're understanding the situation. There's a very famous quote. I think it was last year, from one of the Pakistani coaches. I think it was Jason Gillespie. Pakistan played in some game. I don't remember. You can look this up, and they got demolished. And they asked him afterwards. They're like, "Oh well, we assessed the pitch properly. It just didn't perform how we were expecting." Then how did you assess the pitch properly, right? Like,
Mhm.
what does that mean, right? So for me, it seems like, okay, you have a legend like Wasim Akram questioning what the coaching is doing, but the coaching seems like they have some idea of what they're doing, right? So they're putting the team in the right position to win, and that's all I want to see, right? I don't care what happens against India. I think it's actually a great benefit to us because, yes, these guys are young. They don't really know how big of a game this is because they've never played in anything this big. Like, sure, Siam has, Fucker has, but there's so many new guys who are just kind of like, all you have to say is, hey, man, just come out and perform. Play your game. Whatever happens, happens, right? Can't control the result. Can't do anything. Play to your abilities, right? Whatever happens at the end of the day happens at the end of the day. There's no pressure, right? Like, when we had the old regime, it was like, obviously you could tell Babar, Rizwan, they felt that pressure, right? Like, it's India, it's the biggest matchup. I feel like youth, sometimes you're a little foolish and you're like, all right,
Don't
man, like,
give a
I'm just going to go. Yeah, it's like maybe you don't feel that sort of pressure. Like, the whole weight of the country is not on your back because you're like, I'm just trying to score some runs. I'm just trying to bowl some good balls, like I don't like they're not overthinking things, right? Whereas like some of these more talented guys who have been around for so long, said, like the Bobbers and the Rizwans who have been around, it was like it's like a monkey on their back where it's like we have to beat India, right? This is the game. It means everything. To me, I feel like these young guys, they have that sort of advantage where they haven't gone through this yet. So they don't really feel that pressure just yet, right? Where the whole country is watching, everyone is cheering you on. It's like, you feel all eyes are on you. I feel like this is a good thing that we're taking a young team. That's why I have no expectations. I just want to see them play well. I just want to see them perform, try to string together consistent performances. And whatever happens at the end of the day happens. India's bringing a strong side. Afghanistan, as we see, has a strong side. Bangladesh on any given day can beat anybody. Sri Lanka is always a mystery team because you never know who they have on
Yeah,
the team because there's so much turnover. So it's like for Pakistan, I would love to say I want them to win. I do want them to win, but I don't have any expectations. Like, India's India, right? They
that
on any given day they can beat anybody. They're
that's
one
a
of the strongest teams in the
That's a
world.
good point. And AG, I like your answer that there's no expectations. That's like a good way of not losing hope or
Yeah.
like not being too hopeful. But honestly, for me, this Asia Cup means a lot, and I think it's gonna be a building block towards the T20 World Cup. And you have to show fight against India. You can't like
Be
go
scared.
down and lose like how we've been losing in the past. Like at least it needs to be a competitive game. You got to show some fight, and I think like you said, these young guys who haven't played in these India Pakistan games, like Hassan Nawaz, Saibzada Farhan, Sufyan Mukim, like these guys, you got to show like that fight and that passion and be a little fearless. And I honestly disagree a little bit. India has a strong team, but they have a core of 3 or 4 guys They have a bunch of new guys. Abhishek Sharma, they never played against Pakistan. They got Tilak Verma. A bunch of these new guys. Their keeper is new, no Rishabh Pant. So like they have like their core guys of Hardik, Sky, and Shubman, but there are some of the newer guys that are trying to prove their point and trying to come like trying to like establish themselves in the team. So I think they might be under a lot of pressure as well because they don't have Jadeja, they don't have Rohit Sharma, they don't have Virat Kohli. It's a bunch of new faces for them as well. But my expectations, Vase, is I think Pakistan's going to win the Asia Cup. I mean, um, and it comes down to this: the coaching is good. AG, you brought a good point with Mike Hessen, and you'll notice one thing: you don't see like these Sparchies sitting in the dugout, like guys that are just there just to be there. Like you got like these Gore
Yeah,
on the laptops, and they're actually doing like work, man.
and
Like I'm telling you, they're taking in the data and telling the guys like, yo, this bowler's bowling here, this bowler's bowling here, like, and that's like what the high level teams are doing. Australia, England, New Zealand, South Africa, they have a whole team, and Mike Tyson, I think, has brought these guys in. He's got 2 3 guys with him, and I think he made that claim to PCBs, like, if you want me, like, I'm gonna do things my way, I'm gonna bring in my guys and kind of do it that way. So I think Pakistan, my expectations are high. I think they need to win the Asia Cup, and I think it's a big building block towards the T20 World Cup. And the way PCB is handling this like lead up to the T20 World Cup, it's serious. They just announced a series to South Africa's coming to Pakistan, and then after that, so South Africa's
nice
coming in
series.
October. There's another tri series with Afghanistan and Sri Lanka in November. So it's a jam-packed schedule for these guys, and that's the ramp up to the World Cup. So I'm just very excited. I don't think I've been this excited for Pakistan cricket. Like it's been probably the 2022 World Cup, the T20 World Cup. That's like how I like the hype is.
Man,
I just really like watching this team. I don't know what it is because I feel like they're not playing for the numbers, the runs, the rankings, the individual rankings. They're playing for each other and for the wins. And my guy Salman Aliaga, I posted a story on Instagram today of him carrying that flag, and that's my guy, man. Salute to him. But it's been an honor, guys. I mean, I'm hyped for September 14th. I'm having a watch party. I think like at least 20, 30 people are gonna pull up here at the
wow.
crib.
Wow.
Some breakfast, some parathas, omelets, kebabs, just to
Whoa,
get the
whoa.
vibes going. So if you guys want to fly in, more than welcome. The Nazar residence is open, so I mean, I love for you guys to come. Um, but I'm just really hyped, man. I have this as date circled on my calendar for a long time. So
So
Yeah.
one quick question, guys. When was the last time we won in Asia Cup? Whether it was ODI or T20, I don't. Was it 2012?
I, I think it's that one game when Shahid Afridi hit that six against Ashwin. Was
No,
that
we
the
lost. We lost in the final of that 2014 Asia Cup against Sri
Sri
Lanka.
Lanka? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And then we lost again to Sri Lanka in that final, uh,
2022.
22. Yeah, when we
But
beat India.
we had them like 55 for 5 or 55 for
Yeah,
6.
and then I think Asalanka, he hit a like a
Hassan Runga,
or
I think. Hassan, whatever the hell his name.
Asaranga and Asalanka or
In Africa.
Rajapaksa, one of those. I
Yeah.
get confused, but they beat us. But yeah, it's been a while. I don't know. I'll have to like
We've
check it.
won it twice.
Only
Yeah,
twice?
only twice.
What are the years, man?
I'm looking it up. 2000 and 2012. The only 2 times that we won it.
So 2012, is that the year when Afridi hit Ashwin for six? I think that's the year.
No, bro, he hit Ashwin for 6 2014. 100%. It was
No,
2014.
dude. Are you really?
100%. He hit Ashwin for that 6 in 2014.
Let's see, we're looking this up.
Yeah,
We're looking this up. Final. They beat Bangladesh in the final. They won.
because they beat India in that semifinal, and then they played Bangladesh in the final.
Yeah,
No,
they beat India in the semifinal.
yeah, that's the game against Ashwin. Yeah, that's
No, actually,
2012.
no. Sorry, they did not beat
No,
India.
bro, that game against Ashwin was 100% in 2014. I remember that. I remember that game. Well, let me show you.
Okay.
Shahid.
Then
It was. It seems like there was only a few matches. Only 6 matches.
Well, that's where we won.
Yeah, we beat Bangladesh. Batted first. Won by 2
I,
runs.
oh damn. Oh
Yeah, it was
yeah,
two-
I do remember it was a close game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've only won it twice, and it's been 13 years. So I think it's about damn time.
Yeah, so in the 2014 Asia Cup match between India, Pakistan, Shahid Afridi hit 2 consecutive sixes off Ashwin.
Yeah,
That was 20. I mean,
because
irrespective, last time we
that was a
won here
great
was
match.
epic, bro. That's it's
A
crazy
great
because
match.
that was.
Boom, boom, baby. No, dude. So we are gonna do another episode before the India Pakistan, and we want to have
And
Shibs
I
on
have
for
my
his
boy there
thoughts
too, bro. So it's gonna be a
because
2v2.
yeah, because he's the biggest Bobber fan probably I know. And no, I appreciate AG, appreciate you coming on. It's been fun. We are 17 episodes in. Who would have thought? Big shout out to the guys that are following us. Please give us a follow on Instagram. We are going to be posting out some content. Stumped4Answers. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. As always, peace out, guys,
Appreciate
and
you guys. Thank you,
Pakistan's
man.
in the bot. Thank you. Bye.